for our administration. And the President's been fighting for American job creators and manufacturers and American farmers every single day so that your businesses, American businesses, can sell more American goods than ever before. And I'm here to report to you, since day one of this administration, President Trump has been fighting tirelessly to repeal and replace Obamacare. Every day Obamacare survives is another day the American economy and American families struggle. We all remember the broken promises that made it possible for Obamacare to get passed. You remember them? They said if you like your doctor, you could keep it. Not true. They said if you like your health insurance, you could keep it. Not true. We were told that health insurance costs would go down. That one wasn't true either. Our administration has actually shown that the average premium on the individual market has more than doubled since Obamacare went into effect less than 4 years ago, and in some states it's more than tripled. When Obamacare passed, we were promised that families would save up to $2,500 in premiums every year, but the average Obamacare plan today costs nearly $3,000 more than a plan did in 2013. While premiums are soaring, choices are plummeting. Next year, nearly 40% of America's counties, including 9 entire states, will have only one choice of a health insurance provider, meaning they'll have essentially no choice at all. And even worse, dozens of counties will have no health insurance providers whatsoever on the Obamacare exchange in 2018. Men and women, behind these statistics are real people facing a real crisis. Behind every number is a name. And behind every name is a story. I've heard them as I've traveled across this country on our President's behalf. I've heard firsthand from job creators, just like all of you in this room, and working families about the burden that Obamacare has placed upon them, the burden of higher costs, fewer choices, and worse care for the most vulnerable. Obamacare has failed, and Obamacare must go. Now, President Trump and I are grateful for the efforts of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and the vast majority of Republicans who've worked so hard in the House and Senate to keep their promise to repeal and replace Obamacare. As the President said just earlier today, most Republicans were loyal, terrific, and worked really hard, and there are no truer words. But last night we learned that the Senate still doesn't have consensus on a bill to repeal and replace Obamacare at the same time. President Trump and I fully support the majority leader's decision to move forward with a bill that just repeals Obamacare and gives Congress time, as the President said, to work on a new health care plan that will start with a clean slate. You know, the Senate actually passed the very same bill in 2015 and sent it to President Obama's desk, and they should do it again. But to be clear, the Senate should vote to repeal now and replace later, or return to the legislation carefully crafted in the House and Senate. But either way, inaction is not an option. Congress needs to step up, Congress needs to do their job, and Congress needs to do their job now. As the President said with his inexhaustible optimism and determination, stay tuned. We will return. We will rescue the American people from the disastrous consequences of Obamacare and restore a health care system based on personal responsibility, free market competition, and state-based reform. That's the American way to meet the health care needs of the American people in the 21st century, and we're not going to stop fighting until we get it done.